Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. I greet you in the words of BB Fahodier, as you already know. Let me clean this screen. I don't know what be going on. I had to get me some cleaners before we get to the top. Okay, crystal clear now. All right, how we doing, my people? Sometimes you got to do just a mental unwind. And I titled this video Life Lessons Arguing slash Debating with Fools. And I started this because I made the critical error of debating a fool or two fools. Um, a debate is a professional setting. It has a moderator. Their goal is to moderate, keep everything down the middle. Order. A debate must have order. It must maintain order at all times. It must address talking points. It must address issues. It must address counter arguments. All of the above. And in this vaccine jab, we have certain people in the conscious community that are going around and they're spreading, take the jab, because a lot of them have taken it. So the approach is because they have taken it, they're going to convince others and take people with them. And you know how I like to set the table. In this, we must understand it's like a drowning person doesn't care who they pull, what they grab onto to save, for themselves. And I made the error of arguing. Arguing is cutting off, disruption, chaotic, stressful, pointless, irritating. That's more of what the thing was with his cat Uncle Wes and his dude. And let's set the record straight. We are out here because we think this is a game to win. We don't understand what's really happening. We don't understand that the European establishment, racist white terrorists, whatever you call it, they have a vested interest in whatever it is that they do and that they do. And we have to be able to see things and learn from history. Sankofa, go back and get it. And the point with these arguments, these debates, these back and forth, because nothing ever gets done. The goal is to bring people information. And what we must address and discuss is the adverse reactions, effects of those jabs. We ain't talking about stuff way in the 18th, 19th, 17th century, give or take, wherever you want to go. We're talking about right now in the today, what's in these. And the sad thing is with these agents of chaos and agents of death is they're blocking people through these debates, through these constant interruptions. Number one, the field is just loaded. So there's a round table. And a debate, like I said, a debate is structured. You get time, you get time. The moderator is supposed to direct who goes. This is a debate. This is just like a free-for-all, Royal Rumble, slobber knocker, whoever can get their points over the most. This distorts the people. This confuses the people. And this is what these agents of chaos do. They bank on confusion. As Nana Kuntu Dale Jones said, Black Power pimps, they get everybody stirred up, never producing anything. Also, in some cases, not all, A lot of times you're supposed to leave a conversation, a debate, with a solution. Not all the time. And in this age, you would think that black males, whether no matter where, but this is where I have to continue to learn lessons. Um, you'd be able to sit down and at least have a decent conversation. And what I'm learning in my 4.0, because I'm never going to get away from my 4.0, is that we don't have time for stuff, y'all. Like, everybody want to be the baddest dog in the yard. In a controlled setting, you guys can't see me. In a controlled setting of learning and educating, they can't see me. And I'm learning in my 4.0 in my life lessons, some stuff, you gotta leave that alone, Obasi. Sometimes you gotta let a fool talk. And you have to push yours. You know, good debates I like. I love now Steve Coakley versus Larry Elder. And I want people to go back, whoever watches this video, I want people to go back and watch that debate and watch the professionalism. Now, Larry Elder left there still thinking. A lot of times what people do in arguments or debate, they still leave there because you're not going to ever change this person's mind. So this is what makes it an argument. And Larry Elder's still a fool to this day. And even though, you know what I'm saying, they walked away and he made rebuttals and he made this, it doesn't make the information. See, we got to learn how to debate the information and have discernment to understand when the source is jiving and when the information. But see, when you put science above everything, we put science above everything and forget the spirit. We Africans. Where's the spiritual intuition? See, this is what I don't hear these conscious, you know, oh, it's time to win. That spirit, that ka. Or in the Ashanti, as I just learned the Asante Akan, the Kra. So we got to understand our spirit. The spirit can't function in chaos. And in these agents of chaos, listening to these agents of chaos, they'll distort your frequencies. But you got to be in tune with self. Remember, we talked about this: know thyself, know thy enemy, love thyself. Or let me put it in proper order: know thyself, love thyself, and know thy enemy. See, it's much more than pulling up stuff and trying to, okay, watch this. Watch what I'm going to do to your argument. Watch this what I'm going to do to the argument. That's sitting down to disagree. You're not trying to learn. This is my lesson. I can't F with that. I don't care what a person's saying. I have to do my job. Step to them when it's time. But all of this, look, the walls are closing in like this, whether we believe it or not. Our freedoms are being taken away. We never stuck to the subject of freedom. Do we have a choice? Or something to the nature? Something to the nature of that. Basically, do we have a choice in this thing? And I always say, yeah, I got a choice. I already made my choice. But the problem is when people try to make your choice for you. When people try to force your choice based on the choice that they made. You know, that's like somebody getting an STD, and because somebody gave it to them, they want to give it to somebody else. Don't make that choice for me. Or if you just have one, just let me know what's up. Let me make that choice. Let me make that decision for myself. But agents of chaos and confusion, they block the people from that. Because their job is to shoot down everything. Debate this. Oh, well, what does this word mean? Oh, what is that? Oh, what does this mean? You can't learn like that. See, I got real deal knowledge. I don't have time for that. That's like going out just playing flag football. Or just like I said, a Royal Rumble where it's just everybody, and you're like, oh no, can I talk? Let me talk. Yeah, that gets you thrown. People take personal jabs. These are designed. I'm gonna get under a person's skin, so I'm gonna throw them off. We gotta be careful who we learn from. Like I said, and I'm going to do more videos on this information myself. Don't worry about it. It's really showing me to believe in myself and get my own thing going. And pretty much, like I said, these videos, I could care less if somebody looking at them. Although I hope somebody would view them and it could help. But I'm not about numbers. I'm about those numbers of growth. I'm not about numbers of popularity. Spectator sport, a number of views, because we always want somebody to see what we're doing. We want somebody to see, oh yeah, I'm the pseudo killer. I'm the God killer. What gods you killing? Black on black violence. See, you don't understand Amos Wilson. And if you read him, do you internalize him? Do you take it into your spirit? Learning life lessons. We got to continuously learn. Don't be an old fool. Only a fool thinks they know everything. They're experts in just everything. I can be corrected if I'm wrong. But you have to be able to make your points to see where you at or are you not. See, what we got to get on. See, we can't get out of our way. And I'm learning of who to deal with, of who even to talk to now. This is how intentional your journey has to be. You have to be intentional in who you have around you. You have to be intentional of what you lend your energy to, because chaotic energy throws your frequency off. It'll mess your rhythm up. Once again. So I always say I ain't mad at nobody. Because we all on the slave ship yelling at other slaves. And all I want to do is just give information to my people. Please, people, check out these adverse effects, adverse reactions. Check them out. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. See, we always got to, sometimes you got to use your own mind. I'll give sources. And when I give sources, check them out for you. If you can do something with them, do something with them. If you can't, discard them. But don't be ignorant. It's all I'm saying. Read everything. If it came from the white man, the black man, the Jew man, I know who I am. I know what side I stand on. I know what I'm loyal to. But when you knowledgeable and you centered, you can read everything and interpret it in your car, like I'm talking about. Proper discernment, a proper prayer life. We always talking about, taking herbs and eating right and being healthy, all of this. But nobody ever talks about getting their spirit right. Nobody talks about cleaning up their impulses. It's okay to have vices, but don't be a slave to them. Conquer those vices at some point, because we're evolving. Especially as Africans, we human beings. I can't make the case for everybody else. But even if your mortal enemy, last point, Even if your mortal enemy gives you some information, doesn't mean it's incorrect because it comes from your mortal enemy. I don't want to let you think about that. Everybody know I have made statements how I felt about Europeans since I've been into my right mind. But does that mean that devil can't tell you the truth? See, what I say is when they tell you the truth, they lying to you. And when they lying to you, they telling you the truth. But you got to know how to properly discern it. And you can't ramble and approach something to win. Because you treat it like a game and you don't call none of the shots. I don't care what you do. I don't call none of the shots. I can make 1,000 of these videos. How will that impact the system? We can get everybody on our side and say, yeah, you really gave it to them. Yeah. How does that stop these people that's being forced off their jobs if they don't? How does that help them? How does that help those parents that may lose somebody from that? See, we want to play these little minuscule games because we here to play. Children play. My little grandchildren, they play. I'm a wise African, and I can't deal with fools. So I'm learning I got to do what's for me. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm learning in my spirit, man. This is what I'm learning in my spirit, man. To do what's for me. And we have to learn that. I'm learning daily lessons. If I F up, I'm going to let y'all know. Hey, man. Only a hustler always makes you think they got it. They know everything. Watch them. Use your discernment. Question everything. And believe what your spirit woman or your spirit man tells you. You make your choice. We're always trying to sway somebody like politics. They're always trying to sway you. Remember they say, oh, they're going to do all this for you. One side say they're going to do this for you. Other side say they're going to do this for you. The whole time, they just got a vested interest in controlling you. Learn how to read the devil's handwriting. We ain't ready for these conversations because we too simple-minded. You know, the Dogons, they have a concept on thought. And the most basic level is what they call Jiri So. And we can check this out in Nana Marimba Ani's Urugu. And that's face value. And a lot of times, a lot of these cats are on literal surface face value levels because they don't want to elevate. They're happy with this little WWE arena. So, man, it's time to get serious. We all about games. We're all about games when the game is on us, when we the pawns. But what's your position on that board? So, like I said, I'm going to try to keep it short. And I'm just saying, look, do your research. Adverse effects, adverse reactions. Read. Go to the CDC website and read with your discernment. Look up myocarditis, pericarditis. Look up the GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome. I don't know what else you know what they say about leading that horse to water. But I leave you in the way I greeted you, a BB Faudier, African liberation for African people. Okay, I was just